It's so embarrassing remembering yourself in high school. When you're actually doing it, dragging yourself out of bed at 7 o'clock every morning, planning your outfits, planning what you'll say to some boy, planning where you'll sit at lunch because some year 8s have started hanging around your corner and it's actually not so cool anymore. Planning. Planning. I thought I was so smart. I remember in sixth form, I used to lie awake on Sundays planning my repertoire of outfits for the week ahead. I couldn't do jeans and a t-shirt every day. I had to go in every day with a different look, a whole different character. It'd be Monday, an extra in a Missy Elliott video, big, oversized, bright green shell suit. Tuesday, Brat Stoll / Cher from Clueless, mini skirt and matching jacket. Wednesday, business bitch couture, some ill-fitting suit I'd picked up at the BHF. Thursday, Woodstock vibes, some huge jeans and a flowy top. Friday, Olympic legend raver, some lycra and my mum's running trainers, preferably the fluorescent ones. This one boy once said I was like a backwards chameleon, always changing colours, but never to blend in. I loved that. I loved the way he said it. I loved the theatricality of it all. I felt elusive and slippery and like no one knew a thing about the Cath that would sit in her Primark pyjamas watching Prisoner of Azkaban for the 3rd time that month. I wish I hadn't covered myself up so much. Not literally. I definitely wasn't literally covered up most of the time. But I wish I hadn't hidden Primark pyjamas Cath away. I can't remember if I was ashamed or what. I wish I'd known that Primark pyjamas Cath could get along with all the other Caths. Instead, I had to be always changing, always moving forwards, never settling on one thing for any time without being scared it would crumble underneath me. Oh God, I've not thought about all this in ages. Seems like a whole different world. It's funny what being back in your hometown does for stuff like that. I left as soon as I finished upper 6th, so things never had a chance to grow into the restaurant where I got my first proper job, or the club that everyone always went to, or the park that's best for romantic strolls. I just look around and see the corner where I shared my first cig, except it wasn't really my first cig because I had no clue how to actually smoke, or the cinema that didn't mind turning a blind eye when we wanted to see a film we were too young for, or the charity shop where you could get the best stuff for the least money. I wouldn't change it though. I'm glad I left, but I was really down for a long time when I did. I just became a sad person. Everything felt wrong or empty or fake, and it felt like, you know that bit in Gravity where Sandra Bullock isn't connected to the spaceship anymore? You can see Earth, but it's so far away, and apart from Earth, it's just this endless, impossibly huge, terrifying nothingness. It was like that. And it was really, really hard. But then, slowly I started to find little things that I liked. Little interesting bits and pieces as I floated along. Space debris. One day, I remember it so clearly, I sat down and watched Prisoner of Azkaban, and it was like drifting back to my spaceship. It started to get better after that. A couple of weeks later, I went into town and made myself buy 5 things that were actually Cath, not disguises, and things have been really good since, to be honest. I'm just back for a flying visit, see the rents and Ellie while she's home, then back to London. I'm lost in all of this when I find myself at the number 8 bus stop. It was a rickety, smelly old thing that was always a single-decker when it could really have done with being a double, especially on the school run. It's probably got USB ports now, and Wi-Fi. I noticed this man at the bus stop, and something about him is so comforting. I can't tell if I know him or not, or if he's just got one of those lovely, rare, kind faces. Then I realise it's both. It's Adam from my high school, the boy who reckoned I was a backwards chameleon and told me so with this cheeky, sparkly grin. I catch myself just before his name falls out of my mouth, telling myself that I'm not who I was anymore. He's not who he was, and maybe we'd hate each other now. Maybe he'd be disappointed with new Cath, undisguised Cath, prisoner of Azkaban Cath. But his face makes me feel like I'm landing back on planet Earth, both feet on solid ground, taking off my astronaut helmet. So I touch his arm anyway.